Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and we have some topics to discuss. Okay, we have some topics to discuss about the anniversary. Apparently, there are more veggies that have been released, and of course, take this with a grain of salt, as always. But we're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna pull up the tweets. We're gonna pull up all the information that I have. But first and foremost, we're gonna talk about. Apparently, we are going to get a home system. We're going to get a 3D home system, which I'm very excited about. Maybe that's what really they were hinting on those like really weird posts that they were doing the other time. I don't know. I feel like Tinfoil Hat Lynn somehow, somewhere in the universe, it aligned. It aligned just a little bit for me. So there is that. Now let's go over and go ahead and talk about the post that I saw online. Okay, so this again is by Bray, and it's comms open, some stuff about anniversary and the 5.0 update. You gotta take this with a grain of salt. So of course, take everything with a grain of salt. We're gonna see this first post right here. So this is posted by Momo. Heard some news about Mixie next year. Number one, next year's mix pool will start changing hairstyles. I don't know what that means. God, what does that mean? Does that mean that we get to, I don't know, get multiple hairstyles or something? Is this like Catch-22 mullet kind of situation? I don't know. The themes will be diverse. Some will definitely be criticized, while others will be highly anticipated by everyone. Now, I don't know who they're talking about in terms of like, you know, who's gonna criticize, because if it's the global side who's gonna criticize it, interesting. If it's CN side who criticizes it, also interesting. I feel like we're only gonna know once the card is actually out, but apparently it's just going to be very controversial. This is not the first time that I've seen something like this. This is multiple times now people have been saying that this card, this multi banner, is going to be controversial. I'm very, very excited. So let's go ahead to the next one. The background of Kanban won't be limited crates anymore. I don't know what that means. We're gonna try and read the comment section. People were asking what Kanban means the last time I saw this post, so hopefully somebody's answered that question. The stage card was completed last June, and players' protests will not affect the game production team's view on the theme. The Deepspace production team usually prepares card pools 1 year in advance. Okay. So, interesting. Very interesting. Basically, that just means that even if we complain that something is coming out, or that there is a specific theme that people don't necessarily agree with, it was something that was already predetermined. Okay, this was something that was already pre-planned, because it does make sense that these cards would be planned a year in advance. It takes so long to film them. It takes so long to get them right and get the 3D motion capture correct, that they would need that much time to get all of these cards ready, especially the myth card, especially the what's that called? The idol cards, where there's a lot of like contact and touching and movement and all of these different things. Like, you can just imagine how much work goes into making a card like that. Like, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but there is a lot of love and dedication that the team puts into these cards, and it's a year's worth of information. So that means, guys, this is just my little hypothesis, right? If they create cards a year in advance, that means that it is highly likely that there is somebody within Infold, allegedly, I'm protecting my ass here, that somebody could really be veggieing out all of this information, guys. And that's why some of this veggies, you know, is legit. Some of these hints are true. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that's you know, that's a really fun little tidbit to know, that everything is pre-planned, because if everything is pre-planned, it's somewhere, you know, it's somewhere that somebody can dig and find information and like spread it to everyone. Now, I'm not saying, you know, data mining or anything like that. I'm actually just talking about people within Infold spreading information. Allegedly. I gotta cover my butt here. But anyway, that is a very interesting conversation. So like that also, side note, that allegedly also negates any conception that, oh, this love interest was added late into the game, or this was, you know, a last minute decision by Infold or something like that. I don't think any of the additions in story-wise or character-wise or card-wise are added last minute, because if this is true, there is no last minute. The only thing that they can do last minute is just shift the schedule around last minute. So that is my personal take on that. Continuing on, we also have spilling some tea on the upcoming mixed banner in Love and Deepspace next year. The anniversary celebration event where you can get free furniture should be known to everyone. Several people have mentioned it. This feature will provide a lot of free furniture, and there will be furniture that also needs to be purchased with blue diamonds. Oh my goodness, free furniture. Can they give us free diamonds instead? God. But looks like the hypothesis was right, guys. The tinfoil hatting was correct. We are going to get a 3D home feature, most likely something home feature related, and there's a celebration event during the anniversary where we can get free furniture. And some of the furniture you have to purchase with blue diamonds, but like a lot of free furniture. For them to be saying a lot of free furniture, I feel like sets a bar very, very high, but hey, you know, I wouldn't be against this. I would actually really like that. Hopefully it's not like Infinity Nikki's like 3D home Sims style kind of making the house, because apparently the furniture in that game was a total cash grab. Like people were complaining about it online, but it looks like they might be a little bit more lenient with Love and Deepspace players and with our game, which is fortunate, but we gotta wait and see, guys. Okay, so next year's mixed pools will change all hairstyles. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Next year's Kanban will add scenes, Love and Deepspace. I'm nervous about what Kanban is. What the heck is a Kanban? Kanban. Let's see if somebody is looking at it here. Kanban equals banner. Kanban? What's a Kanban? Kanban, I'm guessing, is like the LI in a card. Hold on. Let's see the comment section and let's see if somebody's actually having this discussion on Kanban, because this is a little bit confusing. I want to know what a Kanban is, because if they're quote-unquote adding this in the Kanbans, what does that mean? Do they mean by add scenes? Show probable spam. Oh my god, fun. Okay, great. View quotes. I don't know. It's a point of driving surveys about if you know, listen to. Oh, interesting take. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Kanban. I don't know what Kanban is, guys. People are asking what a Kanban is, and nobody has the answer. But the way that they talk about Kanban is that they're adding it into the banners or something. Okay, let's go back. And then let's just look at this. So next year's Kanban will add scenes. Next year's Kanban. Somebody said it was banners. Next year's banners will add scenes. Okay, this is another hack theory of mine that I actually talked about in a previous video. I don't know if anybody saw the video or not, who's watching this one. But when they say next year's Kanban will add scenes, I am very scared that they're going to add like extra kindled moments where you would have to pay for more, you know, like add additional incentive to level up your card or something. Because right now, the only benefits that you have if you level up a card, meaning not level up a card, but like get duplicates of cards, is for myth banners, you get a torn outfit version. For multi banners, you get a different color option, and you get some increase in battle mechanics, right? If you're not a battle girly, and you're not really in love with the torn outfits, or you're not really in love with the secondary color outfits, it doesn't really provide any incentive for people to pull for more. you know? So like free-to-play players, low spenders will stop once they get the first copy of a specific card or a specific myth. Now, what is a really messed up way of doing this is they could potentially add kindled moments into these banners, which would be very, 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 very crappy. I mean, come on. If they added kindled moments, if you get a second copy or multiple copies of the card, or if you like 3-starred the card and you get like an amazing kiss scene or something like that, that would be insane. I feel like that would make the fandom very, very upset. I would actually be pretty upset about that too. Yeah, because that would be the first. This would be the first gacha game to ever do something like that, and I feel like that would set a horrible precedent for any future Otome gacha games in the future, regardless of whether or not it's 3D or 2D. So I'm really hoping that they don't do something like that, because with how crazy this fandom is, I feel like a lot of people will fall for that kind of shenanigans and not like protest against it. So that's my opinion on that, and I'm hoping that it's not true. But I'm hoping that that's not what the can ban is. Anyway, that is pretty much it. That's all there is to talk about with this like banner quote unquote veggie. Very interesting stuff. I'm interested to see what's going to happen for the anniversary. Last year's anniversary was super fun. This year's anniversary, I'm hoping it'll be just as fun. Alrighty, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like down below, and if you would like to watch more content from me, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And that's pretty much it. Alrighty, everybody, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.